Hello, welcome to the BT Sports Studios and welcome to our Superfans Google Hangout. We have got the Aviva Premiership semi-final playoffs looming large on Friday and Saturday, and we have our four superfans representing those teams. Representing Harlequins, you have Keith Hotchkiss. Keith, where are you? Shout loud and proud.
Hello! Come on, the Quins!
That was loud, that was proud. And there you are, bedecked in your Harlequins tie. Very impressive and very smart. For Tigers, we have John Phillips. Where are you, John? Say hello.
Tigers!
Don't start yet, sunshine. We've got from Saracens, we've got Tom Abel. Tom?
Come on, Sarries.
There we are. And Sandy Masterman representing the Northampton Saints in a fully logoed office. Say hi, Sandy.
Hi.
Great stuff. So these are our four superfans. As we say, on Friday night, we've got Northampton Saints against Leicester Tigers, and on Saturday, it's Saracens against Harlequins for a place in the Premiership final. So you guys, I would imagine, are very excited. Let's start with Friday night's game. Northampton Saints against the Leicester Tigers. John, I'm going to speak to you first because you are our guest. We will be welcoming the Leicester Tigers fans to Franklin's Gardens. Last time you were there, you won. It was a controversial game, but you beat the Saints. Do you think you can do it again?
Yeah, of course we'll win. You guys have got Milo and Manoa back, but no, I'm quietly confident. We had a lot of injuries last time. I think you guys had... Yeah, I think Manoa was out with the USA and Scully was out, but I think the only person we're missing now is Dan Cole from a full-strength team, so...
You're feeling confident. Sandy, what do you say about that? The Tigers did look good. They've looked good as their players have come back. Big Manu Tulangi coming back. How do you think they're going to face up?
Well, without doubt, Tigers have some very good individual players, but Saints, certainly over the last few weeks, are playing collectively as a team, and I think that's what's going to give us the edge.
Last time the Saints ran out at Franklin's Gardens, big win over Wasps, 74-13. I would imagine you'd be quite happy if that was the scoreline.
That would be great. But, you know, it's getting difficult to pick out an individual man of the match performance. That's where they're working together as a team. And I say that I believe will help us win.
Well, I have to be as unbiased as I possibly can be in all of this. So I'm looking for Rugby Union being the winner in this one, obviously. But, John, Leicester Tigers, they're welcoming players back. Tom Croft is now back in the mix. As you said, you're just waiting for Dan Cole to come back. But it's not been a vintage season for Leicester Tigers this time round. But yet again, you're in with a shot of a 10th consecutive final. Is there just that confidence and knowing how to get the job done that you think will see Leicester Tigers through?
Yeah, I think probably our most important player on Friday will be Anthony Allen. He was missing against Saracens, and he's important for our defensive line and making the midfield click. So Manu's just been steady for the last couple of games. So hopefully, with Allen inside of him, he'll wreak some havoc through the midfield of Saints.
Well, we'll see what happens there. Let's get an unbiased view from our Harlequins and Saracens fans on this one. Before we move on to your game, Keith, Tom, let's start with you, Keith. You're looking at this one, deciding who Harlequins are going to play in the final. Who do you see winning in Franklin's Gardens on Friday night? Well,
firstly, I'd like to say that it's a real honour to be interviewed by Hagrid. My kids are going to be really, really impressed.
Good man.
I'd personally, Northampton Saints. I'm down here in Ipswich. Most of my colleagues in the offices, they want the Northampton Saints to win. It's going to be a great final. I think we're going to probably have to get a big bus. Sorry, Tigers. Sorry, Sarries, but that's the way for me.
Well, two interesting things there. One, that you've gone so strongly for Northampton. Two, that we have internet access in Ipswich. That is encouraging to know. Who would you prefer? Would you prefer to play Northampton Saints, or would you prefer to play Leicester Tigers?
Quite frankly, I think they're both very strong teams. It's not going to make a lot of difference, really. I think Quins are just up for this. We're on the kind of way to taking it to the final now. So either one, and we'll take it as it comes.
Well, Tom, I'm going to come straight to you to answer that one. I'm not going to ask you what your view might be on the Saints-Tigers game, because here we have a Harlequins man saying they're up for it, they're ready, they're going to take Saracens. And Harlequins have done remarkably well getting to the playoffs. They had to put a big run together. They had to beat the Tigers, of course. So they're confident. Saracens, you've got a big few weeks coming up, a semi-final and potentially then two finals. You must be confident, but it's a big ask for you guys, isn't it?
I'm confident. Quins are playing well. They'll be coming in, but they're going to be tired. We've just had a week off, well rested. First 15. So their team trained together on the Friday, and then they had the weekend off. So we're ready for them.
Do you reckon your squad's big enough to cope with the demands of all these big games? If anyone can, surely Saracens can.
If you look at the Leicester game last week, at best that's the second 15. At worst, you'd call it a third 15. Look how close we got to that. Only the red card for Milk, and it could have been a very different result.
Absolutely, and thankfully that red card has been completely rescinded and quashed. Keith, what about Harlequins? You've put this big run together. A lot of people questioning whether you could do it, but the team, after stumbling, has really come together. Conor O'Shea's got the team spirit absolutely buzzing. But to take on Saracens on the artificial pitch at Allianz Park, could it be a game too far for Harlequins?
I don't think so. I think Conor's got exactly the right attitude. It's the belief in the club. Every single player that I've spoken to is up for it. Yeah, sure, last time we met, 22nd of March, it was a 39-17 victory to Saracens. 5 tries over the whitewash, but we rested Robshaw, Kerr, Brown after 6 Nations. They're back in the squad. We've had a lot of injuries. We've also brought in a lot of academy players, and they're starting to come to fruition and starting to play to their potential. I'll be honest, I think that we've got everything to win and Sarries have got everything to lose. But it depends if they want to win the Premiership or if they want to focus on the Heineken Cup.
Well, you get the feeling they'd probably like to win both of them, and they've certainly got the squad and the motivation, that Wolfpack mentality to win both of them. John, as our Tigers fan, let's say Tigers win on Friday. Who would you prefer to be seeing in the Premiership final?
I don't mind. I'd like to see Quins win. But no, I don't think it matters who you play in the final. It's a one-off game. We've been there before when, you know, a team who's not playing very well like Was turn up and they just win the game because, you know, they're up for it. So I think Keith's right. Quins have been playing finals for the past, 5 or 6 games, and they showed against Stade Francais away. They pulled that result out of the bag, and since then it's just momentum's with them. I can't see Saracens winning on Saturday.
OK, well, that's pretty bold prediction. Sandy, Saints win. Who would you like to see them run out against at Twickenham?
We'll take on anybody. We know we can get the better of them. You know, we've got what I would say the best pack in the Premiership. And as a certified Scrum Master, I think I am qualified to say that.
So, guys, it's going to be, whatever's going to happen, it's going to be a remarkable weekend. We've got an East Midlands derby, we've got a London derby, 4 big teams that are all playing good rugby at the moment. I'm assuming you guys have got your Premiership final tickets in your back pockets already. If your teams don't make it and you find yourselves down at Twickenham, who would you be cheering for if you weren't cheering for your home team? Keith, Harlequins, you're down there. Harlequins slip up at the weekend. Who are you going to cheer for?
I'm going to go with Northampton going through, and I'll cheer Northampton, because otherwise I'm going to get my legs broken by the girls and the boys in the office. So we'll follow Northampton. OK,
great stuff. John, I'm getting the feeling that you will not be cheering for Northampton Saints if you don't go through. So who are you going to cheer for?
No, I'd cheer for Northampton Saints. I'd rather it come back to the East Midlands than go down to London. So,
wow, you must be the only Tigers fan who's going to admit to doing that. Saracens, Tom, Saracens slip up. Whose scarf will you drape round your neck for the first and only time?
I'll be cheering for Quins. They got a good, strong English contingent, so go down there.
All right, and Sandy?
Yeah, I'd be cheering for Quins too.
All right, so you won't cheer for Leicester Tigers if they beat the Saints on Friday and get to the final?
Strangely not.
I was feeling a lot of love from the other supporters until we spoke to you, Sandy, and it's nice to know that rivalry is as intense as ever. Guys, we're in for a really big weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll do this again. Go away and get yourself psyched up for a big weekend. Thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.